open on 12.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
On Mulberry Street, to think I saw it on Mulberry Street.
We're here. It's Friday. Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Good to be with you. Feels good outside again. You know, the grass was a little frosty at McKinley when I was taking my 5-year-old to school, which was nice. Not that we like to walk on the grass, but we cut across part of the grass today. But I'm assuming it's going to start to look better over the next few weeks, so hopefully they don't notice any frozen footprints or anything. But yeah, it feels like we're going to have a good weekend, maybe temps in the 50s, and then just maybe don't look at the forecast next week because they had snow coming back. So that's all right. It's Iowa and it's March. So we know that we're going to have a spring, I hope, before it just gets to that summer heat and humidity. Whew. I don't want to think about humidity. But then again, it was, 20 below the other day. Chef Tess is in the kitchen. Scampi something, shrimp. What were you saying off the air? I forgot.
I'm going to show viewers a new item that I actually created for Jim Simmons himself. For Christmas.
He talked about this.
Yes. He requested this, and he liked it so much that we decided that we're going to sell it in the store. So it is a shrimp scampi butter. So it's a butter that has everything you need to make shrimp scampi already wrapped up inside of it.
Whoa.
You just melt it with shrimp, cook your shrimp in it, and dinner's ready to go.
And that's all you need. Like,
right here.
There's no sauce.
Yep.
It's right there.
Yep. Butter and shrimp. That's it.
Cool. So folks can come into Hy-Vee and pick up the butter.
Yep.
The shrimp.
Yep.
And then is it any type of specific noodle or anyone that you're using in particular?
I'm not going to do pasta this morning.
Oh.
I'm just going to do the shrimp for you.
Nice. I get to sample it?
Yes, of course you do.
Oh, darn it.
Of course you do.
Shrimp for breakfast.
When I do pasta with it, my favorite is linguine.
Okay.
Just because those types of noodles really soak up like a buttery sauce really, really well. So that's my favorite.
Okay.
And then I also am demonstrating this from 3 to 5.
All right.
Today in the store right here. So you can stop by and actually grab a sample of it today from 3 to 5.
It's not just me that gets the samples. We're trying, okay? And then you are also cooking tonight. This is pretty cool. And Ryan, guys, we can pull that up, right? So what is going on tonight? Is it Susan G. Komen, the breast cancer thing?
Yeah, Gilda's Club.
Gilda's Club, sorry, not Susan G. Komen. Okay.
So we have a small, really short program, educational program in the club room.
Okay.
It's free. We ask if you're interested, give us a call ahead of time, and just because I'm making some food for it, so I want to make sure I have enough. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of an Arden Creek wine tasting.
Nice.
In the beginning, and then some small bites from me, and then there's a really, really nice educational presentation on breast cancer awareness.
Great.
And things like that, and it affects 1 in 3 women, so pretty much any woman could benefit from learning about what Kelly's going to bring to the club room tonight.
Yeah, so we have the flyer pulled up right now. Starts at 4:45 with some Arden Creek wine tasting.
Yep.
Dinner at 5:30. Free dinner.
Yep.
From Chef Tess. Unbelievable. Presentation 6 to 7. All you have to do, like Chef said, is call us ahead if you would. 563-264-2420 if you're watching this live. 264-2420. Don't miss that tonight with Gilda's Club, Susan G. Komen. That's wonderful. We're looking at the flyer once again. So this was initially for employees, but then we opened it up to the public. So that's great.
Yeah. So my mom's coming.
Nice.
I think my wife's gonna come.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, I mean, bring a crew and.
What's on the menu? Do you know yet?
I don't know yet.
Yes.
I don't know yet.
Surprise.
I do this sometimes.
That's cool. Okay. Maybe there'll be some shrimp scampi butter.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness. All right, we'll do some sampling in just a little bit. Our first guest had a busy night last night, and I know because I was live streaming part of the city council meeting. It's the mayor of Muscatine, Diana Broderson. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So these city council meetings, sometimes they're a lot longer than right. So what was last night, like about an hour and 20 minutes, maybe?
Yes, last night was probably average, I would call it.
I know that you can have a lot of things to cover, and I think what impresses me when I watch the city council meetings, and I love that you can live stream it, by the way. That's pretty
it's amazing.
cool. Just from my couch, my kids were asleep, had the phone, and checking it out. The amount of things that you're covering and motions, I mean, it's I don't know how you keep it all together. How do you keep it all organized? But there has to be some type of flow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you have to follow that agenda. And
Sure.
of course, the agenda's worked on
Right.
for many days
I was gonna
to
say.
get it to that point where it flows like that.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things that kind of got started last night was the local option sales tax.
Yes.
I said it right.
Yes, you did.
Okay, and this is important for folks to understand, and I like how it was how it's been phrased and put
Sure,
out there. So why don't you just explain what the local option sales tax is and why it's important for folks that are going to watch Hy-Vee today to make it out to vote on Tuesday.
Okay. Yes. Thanks for reminding people that
Yeah.
Tuesday is the vote, and they can actually go vote right now at their county auditor's office. But the local option sales tax is currently going on, and we're just asking to extend it. And the reason is, several years ago, there was a mandate, an EPA mandate, saying that we have to separate our storm and sewers, regular sewer, so that they don't all flow into our rivers and streams, which makes good sense. But many years before that, a lot of the communities had that established, and we don't want that kind of pollution going on. But to separate them is extremely expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And what we would like to do is to continue the local option sales tax. So really, the sales tax is 6%.
Right.
But when you go to the store, you pay 7%. Well, that
Sure.
1 cent goes to the city to help work on projects like this. So we're asking to continue that 1 cent. It's not
Yeah.
going to be an increase, it's just continuing it. So that till 2020, which actually will give us an opportunity to cover the cost of separating the storm sewer on West Hill.
And if we don't have, again, think about, I find, we call them, my mom would call them a penny from heaven, pennies from heaven all the time.
Sure.
So for 1 cent to be able to help, it's very impressive because if it doesn't pass, then we look into having to raise property tax. I mean,
We don't know.
Right.
The money will have to come from
Right.
somewhere. It's an EPA mandate. We don't have a choice.
So that's the thing. It's the EPA.
Yes.
It's not. It's not like the city or
Yes.
whomever is saying we need to do this. We
Right.
need to separate. It's the
Right.
EPA.
Yes,
It's
we
hard
have
to
to do
argue
it.
against the
Right.
EPA.
We have to
right?
do it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it costs.
Sure.
And so we have to pay for it some way. We think this is the easiest way.
Yes.
Because it also
Yes.
spreads it to everyone.
Right.
If we had to look at property taxes, now you're only talking about homeowners, and
Sure.
and the expense is going to be borne by a smaller audience.
Right.
With the sales tax, it's just a continuation of what we're already doing. Now nobody will feel a hit,
Right.
but yet the problem will be solved.
So that's the thing. Like, information can get out there, and folks will think like, "Well, I'm going to make less money." No, it's not.
No.
It's not that at
No,
all. But
no,
isn't
no.
it funny how this can happen?
It is.
Right?
Information and knowledge is power.
Yes.
And that is why we need to get out the right information
Yes.
so people can make up their minds, make their decisions based on.
Great shots of the riverfront in that intro, and we're just a few weeks away from all the trails, parks being full of folks getting
Yes.
outside.
Yep.
I can't wait for that spring. It's my favorite, spring and fall for sure.
Yes. My favorites too.
Just the river looks so good.
Oh, it
Mississippi
does.
Drive's looking great.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there was a shot of you playing Uno,
oh, yes.
which can get competitive, I'm sure, right?
Grandkids love the Uno. We play
Yeah.
all the time.
I'm not the best at Uno. I don't see. I've never learned how to play euchre, and I know that's like an Iowa thing. All my friends, not all of them, but most of my friends when I was at St. Ambrose were from Dubuque, where it's like the euchre capital,
Yep.
and nobody ever taught me how to play. Those Dubuque folks, not the most patient when it comes to teaching euchre. Well, I'm thankful that you joined us this morning. I appreciate it, and I know that you have a busy schedule outside of serving as the mayor, your full-time job with the Y.
Yes. Come see our new facility
Oh my
if you
gosh.
haven't gotten a chance to get out there.
nice.
It's amazing,
Just-
and we would love to show you around. So if you haven't been out
Yeah.
yet, member or not member, doesn't matter. Come let us show you.
It's such a trip to walk in because there's a new entryway, and then just how much space there is.
It is.
To just
It
get
is.
around. Oh,
It feels open
yeah.
and inviting, and we
pretty
really
cool.
want everybody to
Yeah.
come.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it. Muscatine
Thank you.
Mayor Diana Broderson. Definitely head to that city council meeting next Thursday, and don't forget to vote on Tuesday for the
That's right.
local option sales tax, or LOST. I like how you said that.
That's right. Thank you.
Because I was kind of lost before I understood how to do that. All right, as we get ready for our next guest, let's take a live shot of that snack sale if we can. We got an aisle camera up front that's looking pretty good. So it's today, tomorrow, and Saturday here at the store, and you're going to save a whole bunch of money on some delicious snacks. That's right. What about Chef Tess? We have Chef with that scampi butter. Oh man, yeah. So it's going to start to smell pretty good here, isn't it? Okay. Okay. You do have a large pan of butter. Right. Right. Cool. Okay. Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. Dolce de leche butter. Whew, say that 5 times fast. You can't. No, that's great. All right, Chef Tess will check back in just a few. Judy, if you want to clip that microphone on, I'm going to share my microphone with Susan Freer. So we have Judy Yates, Susan Freers on the show for the very first time. And Susan, we don't normally have butterflies on the table here at Hy-Vee today, but this is a beautiful butterfly. It's an Isabel bloom. I have one at my house. Tell everybody watching this, whether again they're live or on MPW, why they should pick one of these up.
Well, we have partnered our New Beginnings, the fundraiser for the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. We've partnered with Donnie Young and Isabel Bloom, and they have made these beautiful butterflies for us, and they're exclusive for us to sell for our New Beginnings fundraiser. They're called Butterfly Kisses. And they're purple, as you can see, and they've got a little bit of glitter on them. They're $29. You can get them from any of us or from MCSA or online. And the proceeds are going to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter.
So we had our New Beginnings fundraiser committee board meeting the other day, and from my phone, I was able to go to the MCSA website and pay for the butterfly. And then after the meeting, I walked upstairs and took it home. So Judy, again, the technology is there for us to make it easier to make purchases like the Isabel Bloom, but then also if folks want to buy their ticket for the New Beginnings fundraiser, they can do that online as well, right?
Yeah, they can. Go to mcsaiowa.org and you can purchase everything, 50/50 tickets. You can purchase your Isabel Bloom. This is the 3rd year that they've partnered with us. Last year we had the dove, and the year before that we had the little ladybug.
Sure.
So they are going quick. People seem to really like them. Not only do we benefit from the proceeds, but Easter is coming,
Sure.
Mother's Day is coming. So they're absolutely beautiful this year. But yeah, we need everybody to try to get a bloom or come to our New Beginnings fundraiser to help us raise funds to keep our doors open.
Fundraiser is Saturday, April 7th at Geneva. It's such a great event, but we have to back up a little bit. So the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter operates in the community for women and children that are fleeing domestic violence situations.
Yes.
And it's so important. Again, in a perfect world, you wouldn't need a domestic violence shelter, but we don't live in a perfect world. So when these situations happen and women are fleeing, and you've told me this over the years, they're often leaving with their children, their clothes on their back, and that's it. And they're showing up to the doors of the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter
That's right.
with nothing.
That's right.
So I won 2017. Do you know how many women and children you served?
Yeah, in
Okay.
2017, we served 69 women and children. 39 of those were women and 30 were children.
Okay.
Our shelter is staffed 24 hours a day by trained advocates. So it's nice. There's a security system there. Obviously, we keep the location of shelter confidential
Sure.
for the safety of the women and children that we serve. Our crisis line rings in there, so that somebody could call day or night, even if they're looking for resources. Maybe they're not at the point where they're ready to leave yet.
Sure.
But they just want to talk about what their options are, or what they would need to bring with them if they leave, or safety planning. So there's somebody there 24 hours a day that they can talk to. Last year we had 447 crisis calls.
Oh my gosh.
And that was almost 60 crisis calls more than what we had in 2016.
Whoa.
So not
Wow.
all those people obviously are looking for shelter specifically,
Right.
but maybe they're just looking for validation of if what they're going through is domestic violence. They're looking for other resources in the community, or they're looking to find out how they go about coming to our shelter if they need our services.
Yeah, so we should give the crisis number out
Yep.
before I forget to bring that up. So go ahead. What is that
Our
crisis number?
crisis line number is 563-263-8080.
Okay.
Again, it's answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Susan, you've probably been a part of the New Beginnings fundraiser longer than I'm aware. I mean, I've been connected to it for maybe 3 or 4 years now. What drew you to wanting to be involved with helping MCSA's domestic violence shelter to stay open?
Well, I have had a family member that has gone through having to leave home because of domestic violence, and it's near and dear to my heart. I've also had a friend that had to leave. So it's one of those things that when some of the committee members asked me to be a part of it, I said yes. And so this is our 16th annual fundraiser, and this is my 9th year on that. And now I'm chairing the committee, and so it's just a very good cause, and it's New Beginnings because it helps when the women and children want to leave the shelter and start a new life. They need sheets or towels or cleaning supplies or first month's rent or something, and so that was really big part of this fundraiser was New Beginnings and help them when they leave the shelter. But even more so now because of the funding that we've lost, we are a big part of the budget to keep the doors open. Sure. So this fundraiser is very important to the shelter and to the community.
And it is wow, yeah. To think about the funding that's been lost is sad, but it's not sad because the community is there, right? So Muscatine answers the call, and having 16 years of this fundraiser, again, I've been around for the last 3 or so. It's unbelievable to see a full house at Geneva. Last year we were at capacity,
Yeah, we were.
maximum capacity.
We're very
So
blessed.
for folks that are watching this, I'm not trying to tell you to buy your tickets now as like a ploy. You might not have an opportunity to show up, and that is a blessing, isn't it?
It's a wonderful blessing, and the community has just been so supportive, and with sponsorships and with items for our live auction and silent auction, and just coming to the event and supporting, and it's for a wonderful cause, but it's not a down night. It's a very
Very
fun
upbeat.
night, upbeat, wonderful food, live auction, silent auction, grid items, things chances to win.
Champagne meet and
Champagne
greet.
meet and greet. Tony will be there.
There at the door passing out champagne.
And we have the save the date pulled up on the screen, which is great. So let's keep scrolling. Yeah, it's really wonderful. One of the things we're working on this year is a wine pull, and that's coming together. Some very exciting things attached to that. It's just one of those things that I want you to put on your calendar so that you get involved each year. And for Judy, I mean, you've been with the shelter for how long now?
Almost 21 years. I've been since the beginning that we opened
Yeah.
the shelter. So, and we are very, very fortunate. The phrase "it takes a village."
Yeah.
Muscatine is a village, and it has stepped up hugely to keep our doors open and to let the women and children know that their lives matter. And a couple weeks ago, the Burlington Domestic Violence Shelter closed.
Oh, wow.
And about 2 years ago, the Clinton Shelter closed. So because we're community kind of owned, ran, and based in Muscatine, it's one of those things that if you lose that resource, it's virtually impossible to get back.
Right.
So it's really important that people come out. The community has just been wonderful, businesses, individuals, and the night is so much fun. People are mingling, they're having fun, they're laughing. Like Susan said, the food is great. We're changing it up again this year a little bit to add some new things, and we're very blessed that we still have this resource to help women and children. We're saving lives.
A couple of years ago now, it's probably been 2 years, or maybe it was last year, I can't remember, but there was a moment when the shelter did not have any women and children, and I was able to go. And again, the location is confidential for obvious reasons.
Right.
You sign a confidentiality agreement. It's hard to contextualize, put into words how important the shelter is. You know, before I even stepped foot there, I kind of got the sense of it. But walking in and seeing the resources that you have and understanding that it's a safe place, it is powerful.
And it's a home. I mean, all the beds are made. We have curtains on the windows. It's a home. I have the blessing of going to work every day and working in their home.
Sure.
They are not staying where I work.
Right.
It's a home. It's a place for them to regroup, to take a breath, to become safe, to start making those life-changing decisions that they have not been able to make in the past because of the power and control.
Sure.
And we do not charge for our services, so they're eligible to stay there for free, and we provide all daily basic needs, everything from personal hygiene products to food. We have an attic full of clothes because many of them do come without anything. So, you know, we provide everything that they need for their length of stay with us.
And it is impressive when they get ready when the women and children, or just women, get ready to leave shelter and go out on their own. The sort of care pack that they're set up with was really wonderful again to see. And I also know that there are there's different times throughout the course of the year where you'll look for donations for things like, and it's really things that I don't want to say a lot of people take for granted, but it's some toiletries, give me an idea. Do you need anything right now, I guess?
We always have ongoing needs, and our wish list is on the MCSA website. But we use the same things that everybody uses in their daily homes. I mean, we need diapers and wet wipes, and we go through toilet paper and Kleenexes and cleaning supplies and laundry soap and dish soap. We provide all of that. So if you think about the things that you use in your home that we do take for granted, we just run to the store and grab, a 4-pack of toilet paper. Well, when we've got a house full of women and children, we go through a lot of toilet paper.
Right, yeah.
You know, so there's all those things that are continually ongoing needs, as well as canned goods and spaghetti sauces, and we're always looking for gift cards for here at Hy-Vee for somebody to be able to pick up some food, for us to buy meat. We've ordered meat through the meat center here to put meat in our freezer, but also gift cards for the Hy-Vee gas station. I know you had Terry on, I believe, yesterday. Clients that come in that have a car and they need money to get back and forth to work, we can give them a gas card. They can come out, they can fill up, and it'll get them through till they get their first paycheck or their next paycheck.
It's really just, if you want to give, you can reach out to MCSA.
Absolutely.
And you can drop off donations there, and then they will get them
to us. They'll call us. We'll go pick them up.
Yeah.
We wish that everybody could come into our shelter and see what the shelter looks like and how nice it is. But because of the confidentiality, we can't. So we ask that donations be taken to MCSA at 312 Iowa Avenue, and just tell them that they're for the domestic violence shelter, and they'll call us and we'll go pick them up.
So again, Chad, if we can pull up the New Beginnings, save the date. It's coming up quick. It's going to be, Susan, April 7th. I mean, here we sit March 2nd. April 7th is going to be here soon. We have a great fundraising committee, and then volunteers that'll show up that night. But again, it is really about the community coming together, purchasing the tickets, supporting the silent auction, the live auction, and filling that room at Geneva, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have some wonderful items that have already been donated. I mean, we got pretty excited when we learned that we have 4 Hawkeye tickets for the Iowa State game. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. We have a Green Bay Packer football signed by the 2017 roster. We have
Disney tickets,
4 Disney passes, Hopper passes, quilts that have been handmade. Just a wonderful amount of items. And you mentioned that we're going to try something new this year. We're going to do the wine pull, so that'll be fun and exciting. We have beautiful jewelry, some being handmade for us, and a beautiful piece from Dolan's, jewelers. So very, very fun and exciting pieces.
And again, if you're watching this and you're connected to a business and you want to donate something for the New Beginnings fundraiser,
Call
please
us.
reach out. Yeah, reach out to MCSA, or if you want to shoot us an email here at Hy-Vee Today, since I'm on the board, you can help out, hyveetoday@gmail.com. I'm so glad that you're both here. And again, Ryan, can we take a shot once more of this beautiful butterfly? And I also want to get in tight on the saying that comes with the Isabel Bloom. So Isabel Bloom, they essentially break the mold when they make these, right? Now we can always order more of them, but these are limited edition pieces made for the New Beginnings fundraiser.
With the purple.
Okay.
With the purple. So in the store, you can buy them without the purple.
But we want you to get the ones with the purple. That's right.
Absolutely, the
Yeah.
purple for the domestic violence.
Once
yes.
we're sold out of these, they will no longer do them in the purple.
Yeah. So again, I want you to see if we can get in on that winged beauty. Check that out. The butterfly is proof you can go through a great deal of darkness, yet become something beautiful. And it's the fundraiser, the New Beginnings fundraiser, is a lot of fun. It also can be emotional, but it's all for a good cause. So, you know, it's more maybe a happy tear or two,
Right.
because of how thankful everybody is for the community coming together. Saturday, April 7th at Geneva. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to see you. We'll see you
Thank you,
Monday,
Tony.
probably.
Monday
We're
night
doing some
basket-
organizing.
Yep, basket making night.
My first basket night. Oh boy, trust these skills. I don't know about that. All right, Susan Frears, Judy Yates. Again, Saturday, April 7th at Geneva Golf and Country Club for the New Beginnings fundraiser. Let's check back in with Chef Tess, if we could, who's sharpening a knife. Oh my goodness, sharpening a bunch of different knives. Okay, that was like an interesting thing to turn over.
Yeah.
Getting them ready for later.
Gotta keep them sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to be sampling some shrimp scampi in just a minute. We got a full show today. We're going to also talk to Captain John. Yeah, I'll take that. Absolutely. Oh, we do have the aisle cam. All right, so let's cut to the aisle cam just for a second. As I mentioned, we do have this truckload snack sale. There we go. Right at the front of the store near all the registers. Boom, boom, boom. You got crackers, cookies, and more. It's just wonderful deals. Don't miss it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee for the snack sale. Yeah, I'm telling you what. It's one of those deals. We've been doing some of these truckloads more and more, so I don't want you guys to miss out on this, okay? All right, so please come in and check that out. Gentlemen, whoever's going to talk, I got 2 seats. The rest can stand back if you want to. Come on over. We're going to talk about the Fruitland Soup Supper, which is tomorrow. Don't be shy. We don't bite. How we doing? Pretty good. Good to see you. So we got one microphone there if you want to clip that one on, and then I got this one we can use. How are you? Pretty good. Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Do you want to let him clip that one on, and then we can share this one? All right, so Fruitland Soup Supper, Saturday. I'm cheating. I got the flyer right here. Gentlemen, chicken noodle, potato, oyster, chili. Wow, includes dessert and drink. What else are you going to do on a Saturday in March for dinner?
Well, hopefully come down to the fire station.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long has this been going on?
We've been doing this for quite a while.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a staple at Fruitland since the fire department's been around. So
I love it.
yep.
Yeah, and is the Fruitland Fire Department volunteer based?
we are all volunteer.
Okay.
We currently have 19 members.
Wow.
Yep, and it's 100% volunteer. So
Okay, so when you say volunteer, you mean it. I mean, everybody has,
everybody has outside jobs.
Right.
We've all got families. We got things. When the pager goes off, we're leaving something and we're going to the station and responding.
Wow. Yeah, so, and I mean, I guess you kind of hope for it to be boring most of the time, but when things come up.
Right.
Now, listen, I see a fire, and I'm like, no, I'm going the other way. I'm calling you guys. My dad retired as a Chicago cop for like 30 years. I don't know how he did that. I have a lot of respect for cops and firefighters, but what is it about what you've been able to do on the fire department? I mean, you must not be afraid of fires. Is that it, or is it just caring about the community? What would you say?
Well, it's definitely caring about the community. Sure. It's being able to respond, and I think where a lot of us are coming from is if we ever have that opportunity where we need it, we hope it's there. So we want to provide it to others.
Yeah, I mean, and again, with it being volunteer, like you said, everybody's working, families, but when time comes, you got to show up. So are you able to talk about the last fire that happened or event where everybody had to get together? Was it recently or not? I don't know what we can and can't talk about.
We can get into a little bit of that. The last major fire we had was actually quite involved. It was at the River City Hardwoods.
Okay.
Involved a lot of departments, Muscatine, a lot of surrounding departments. We have what's called a mutual aid. So if any of the surrounding towns get to a fire that they can't handle themselves, we can activate the mutual aid and all the surrounding communities to show up.
Yeah, so when that started, because of where it's at, not that it was, easy for you guys to get there, but the location sort of helped to be able to show up. Muscatine responded, Fruitland responded. How many other ones showed up?
I think it was 13 other departments.
13 departments?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Wow. How many volunteer departments are there around this area?
Well, actually, Muscatine's the only paid department, so
Okay.
all the surrounding communities volunteer.
Wow. So again, think about that as you're watching this and you're considering what you're going to do on Saturday, how important it is to show up, eat well, and support it. Chad, do we have the flyer we can pull up? Okay, so here we go. We have it on the monitor right here. Fruitland Fire and Rescue Department Annual Soup Supper. Raffle tickets, silent auction. Let's scroll down a little bit. We can show everybody what's on the menu. So starts till 5. Starts at 5. All you can eat, which is good. As a small guy, I appreciate that. Chicken noodle, potato, oyster, chili, includes dessert and drink, $5 a person. And again, the proceeds are going to be used to help y'all, I'm assuming, with equipment and as you need to purchase things throughout the course of the year, right?
The main portion of the money will go for equipment and training. Obviously, training's a big one. We have to keep up on things, make sure we're doing stuff safe, and new equipment is always good.
And I don't want to assume, but the fire equipment usually expensive.
Yep.
Right? Especially when you're talking about like trucks and hoses. Do we have an idea of like what one fire hose costs? Is it a couple $100?
It's a couple $100. A typical fire engine, you're looking at anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000.
Whoa. $200,000 to $300,000 for a new one. Do they sell used fire trucks?
Yes,
They
they
do?
do. There's actually a pretty big market. Our last truck purchase was a used truck from Wilton.
Wow. That is unbelievable. Okay, so outside of the soup supper, which again is tomorrow, if you're watching this later on MPW Channel 5, this is Saturday, March 3rd, starting at 5 o'clock. Outside of this, do you have other events that happen throughout the course of the year to raise money for the department?
Yeah, the soup supper is obviously our biggest one.
Sure.
We do have a pancake breakfast in conjunction with Fruitland Fun Days that is later on in the year. So that would be the two fundraisers that we typically do.
Now, when it comes to joining or becoming a volunteer firefighter, do you have to be, how old is it, 18, 21?
You have to be 18.
Okay.
Obviously for insurance purposes.
Sure.
We also have a mileage requirement for the department.
Sure.
You have to live within 6 miles of the department, and that's just for responding purposes because we go to the station before we go out. So if we have somebody further than that, it doesn't logistically work real well. If you're in that requirement and you're interested, you can come down to one of our business meetings. That's the first Tuesday of every month, and we bring you down the first month. We kind of talk to you a little bit. You fill out an application. Then we bring you back the following month, and that's when we would vote on you. You're on a 1-year probation. After that probation is up, then you can be voted on as a full-time member.
Jeez Louise, that is, I figured there was a process, but that's,
It's very involved. The fact that we're volunteer doesn't really get us a get-out-of-jail-free card anymore like it used to. We're held to all the same standards that the paid and career departments are. So the firefighter 1 course that somebody's gonna have to take to allow them to go to like a structure fire is like a 180-hour course.
Wow.
And of course that's nights and weekends because everybody has a job and things. So it is a tremendous commitment that these guys make. It really is.
In addition to all of the fires that you're going to respond to, so how long for both of you have you been involved?
I've been on the department for 11 years.
Nice.
I've been on for a little over a year now.
Okay, so you just got off the probation.
Yep.
Nice. That's got to feel good, right? And I'm sure that you've had to respond to tough situations too, right? And that River City Hardwood, that's a great example. That was a full-on. Do they still give them like insert number of alarm fires? Is that still a thing or no?
Around here we don't.
Okay.
We would the call alarms would be in the bigger cities
Gotcha.
to
Okay.
activate additional squads.
Sure.
That would be what we would do with the mutual aid.
Okay.
We would activate the surrounding towns and bring them in.
Wow. Yeah. So again, when things go bad and you're in the Fruitland area, or if you're responding in Muscatine or wherever else, I think it's awesome that you're doing that. So Chad, let's go one more time on the flyer, just to remind everybody, if we can, this Saturday, show up. It's at the fire department, right?
Yes.
We should make sure that we mention that. I'm sure it's on the flyer as well, but we want to make sure that we give everybody the right info. Okay, here we go. So please show up Saturday, check it out, and eat well, right? I mean, what else are you going to be doing? It's not that often that you can go out, eat a bunch of good food, and support a good cause at the same time.
Absolutely. We invite everybody to come down.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad that no paging devices or anything went off while you were here. That's good. Okay, good. Whew, that would have been awkward. Can you imagine if we had to hustle out of here? All right, thank you guys. I appreciate that very much. So we have one more guest to come this morning, and that is our very own Captain John from the seafood department. I'm trying to see. Captain John, are you over there? There he is. He's behind the scenes. He's getting so busy for this meat and seafood sale. In the meanwhile, do you want me to sample something? Okay, come on over.
First thing is the Dolce de Leche butter.
Okay.
So I'll hand this off
The
to you.
Dolce de Leche butter.
Here's a napkin for you.
Thank you. Thank you for the napkin, by the way.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. That's very thoughtful. Hello, sir. Have a seat, grab that, and you're going to probably have to sample some stuff as well, Captain.
Let's do it.
All right, so the Dolce de Leche butter from Chef Test. Oh, that's nice. Can I interest you in a sample?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let's go
I
for
figured I
it.
didn't have to twist your arm. Oh, my gosh. That is really
Good,
good.
really good.
Wow.
That's some good stuff, guys.
Dolce de Leche. More like Dolce Delicios.
Heck
words.
yeah.
Wow.
Not bad.
That is really good. You didn't think you'd get to sample on the
No,
job
I
today,
didn't. I
did
never
you?
get to.
Hi, Brian.
Tony, you wanted some charcuterie, bud?
Oh, yes.
A little more to done.
Man,
Okay.
we're
You know
getting all
what?
the treats.
I
I
would
can't
like
eat
to-
that, though. It's meat.
That's not safe for Lent, but
This is not safe for Lent. Okay.
I'm
What is it
celebrating
called?
Lent. I
What
can't
is
eat
it
that,
called
Tony.
again? Mortadella? Mortadella. All right. I would love all departments to bring us stuff to eat.
Hey, Delmer, you going to bring us anything to eat down there?
I mean-
we got Delmer down there.
Wow. So, okay. That's, I'm going to just take a little bite. Let me see. Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
All right, Chef.
All right.
Come
so
on in.
not to
Oh, yeah, I can
overwhelm
sample
you guys
that.
with samples, but
So
there's
thi-
a fork for you, John, if you'd like to try.
So this is
Awesome.
the shrimp scampi butter that's
Yes.
going to be available to purchase here at the store.
Yep.
And we should try one really quick. What do you
Yes, and that's our raw peeled and deveined shrimp right there.
Yes.
She cooked it up, so let's
think? So I have
try
to
it.
like not eat the tail, or does it matter?
You can eat the tail. The tail's
Okay.
all off. The shell's off.
Oh my goodness! Whoa!
Wow,
What do you think about
that's
that?
good, man.
That butter
you.
is wild.
That's a flavor sensation in your mouth there, Tony, isn't it?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
The fact that it's just a butter too, that is wonderful.
That's some good stuff.
All right, let's just keep the show going until like 3 today. That's fine with me.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, well, you're busier than I am,
Oh,
Captain.
yeah, a little bit.
You have this meat and seafood fuel saver frenzy.
Yeah. If you spend $25 in seafood, you get a 15-cent fuel saver. Spend 50, you get a 30-cent fuel saver.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
So for someone like myself, I think I have like 25 cents on my fuel saver. I literally, my car told me as I pulled into the parking lot today at work, I have 4 miles until I'm empty.
Okay,
So
okay.
I need to buy